Alright guys, with Raw Russell here, and tonight I'm going to be reviewing NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4. The show literally finished like 5 minutes ago. I want to do this review. It's nearly 3 in the morning, so I thought I'd do the review now. I'm not too tired, so I thought I could get all my thoughts out straight away. Roderick Strong t-shirt today. Let's get right into the show. Firstly, I guess actually I should address why there hasn't been a lot of content on my channel recently. Basically, to be honest, I've had a lot going on. Obviously, uni's finished for the summer, but I've been going home a lot. I've been seeing my girlfriend. Like, I've had a lot of different things to do. Thinking about what my next tattoo is going to be, naturally, stuff like that. So, I've had a lot to do, and I apologise for not getting up a lot of content. I've played a shit ton of video games that I want to talk about on my channel, and my plan is to maybe do a updated PS4 video, my PS4 games. So I can talk about some of my new stuff like Hello Neighbor, Bioshock the Collection, A Way Out, stuff like that. But yeah, I hope to get some more content uploaded for you guys as soon as possible. But for now, let's get into NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4. So the show kicked off with the tag team titles. Undisputed Era, obviously Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong against Mustache Mountain, Trent Seven and Tyler Bate. This match was amazing. This was a fantastic opener. Now, I don't think this was as good as their match in NXT, but I do think this was better than their match at Royal Albert Hall. Just the beginning segment, where the heat segment at the beginning from Undisputed Era, it's just fantastic. Kyle O'Reilly makes kicking the leg so simple, but so effective, and it means so much. Roddy's great. As we all know, there was a hot tag from Tyler Bate, and he came in and just took everyone out. And then Trent Seven got a hot tag, and he came in and took everyone out. And there was this great spot where Strong actually got in the stronghold, which is the first time we've seen it. It's basically a Boston Crab or a lion tamer. At the same time, Kyle O'Reilly jumped on Trent Seven and locked him in a... on Tyler Bate and locked him in a guillotine. But Tyler Bate gotch lifted Kyle O'Reilly and threw him into Roderick Strong. That was an awesome spot. Then... honestly, Mustache Mountain just took over. Tyler Bate got in there quick, kick, dead man's dive to the outside, throws Roderick Strong in, hits the Tyler Driver 97, kick out at 2, fantastic spot. Then there was a great hot tag from Trent Seven. He comes in, House of Fire, kills everyone with slaps and back fists and everything, hits the 7 stars lariat, 1-2, kick out by Kyle O'Reilly, I believe. Then the guys, they team up, they hit the knee drop, burning hammer. 1-2 kick out by the Undisputed Era again, and at this point I was like, oh my god, Mustache Mountain totally taking the tiles. They went for that Dragon Suplex Lariat thing that Tyler Bate does. He also did that earlier on in the match outside the ring to Roderick Strong, which was awesome. After he'd done a Dead Man's Dive, which was just great. And there was some good double team offense as well from Tyler Bate and Trent Seven as he threw Trent Seven up and he just did a senton. I thought that was great. Obviously, you know, Strong got in there, a belly-to-back facebuster, and Kyle O'Reilly was amazing too. But in the end, Trent Seven and Tyler Bate went for the Dragon Suplex Lariat combo. As Tyler Bate went for the Lariat, Roderick Strong came in, gave a knee to Tyler Bate. That sent him out of the ring. They gave a couple of strikes to Trent Seven, and then hit him with the total elimination. This was a fantastic tag team title opener. Undisputed Era retained the tag titles. Really fantastic match, and I actually thought this would be the match on the show. With a Gargano Ciampa match, I thought this would be the match of the show after I'd watched it. 4.5 stars, this was a great opener, amazing match. This will be one of the best matches of the weekend. This probably will be better than anything on SummerSlam, unless Joe and AJ deliver to a fantastic degree. But yeah, amazing tag match, 4.5 stars, the Undisputed Era retain. Second match on the show, EC3 and Velveteen Dream, clearly the flashiest match on the show. And to me, the only problem was I couldn't work out who the babyface was. Now, in promos, it seemed like it was EC3, but in the actual match, especially at the beginning, EC3 dominated Velveteen Dream, just absolutely taking him to school with his power. He mocked him, he teased him, you know, with the Rick Rude, you know, thrust thing. Just destroyed the Velveteen Dream at the beginning until the Velveteen Dream on the outside hit that Sister Abigail DDT onto the exposed metal of the ramp, and I thought that was a fantastic spot. Great little way to get him back in the matchup. Dream on the outside, just attacking EC3 throws a water bottle at him. EC3 gets in the ring though, gives an STO to Dream. Dream though fights back, a couple of super kicks, I believe. A really cool spot was EC3 just was like, mate, I'm just going to give you a powerbomb. So just gave him a powerbomb, picked him up, gave him a deadlift powerbomb. That got a 2 count. They got in the ring. They were in the ring. EC3 goes for the TK3. Oh, he did actually hit the 1%er, his old 1%er, the old Dirty Deeds headlock driver sort of thing. He went for the new 1%er, the TK3 as they called it in TNA. Velveteen Dream countered it, hit the Dream Valley driver. That got a 2 count. That was a really, really cool spot. They went out to the apron. EC3 went for the TK3 again. Dream countered, hit the Dream Valley driver on the apron, and then hit a purple Rainmaker as EC3 was lying on the apron. Pushes him in the ring. 1, 2, 3. Velveteen Dream wins. I found that quite a shock. I thought that they'd give EC3 his first pay-per-view win. But no, I don't really care. I think Velveteen Dream is such a talent. And I think this was a very good match. It wasn't great. But it was still a very, very good match. 3.25 stars to these guys. I think they had a pretty good matchup. To me, EC3's never been amazing in the ring. I can't tell you a great EC3 match, to be honest. He's probably had some in TNA with Angle and maybe Drew Galloway or McIntyre, sorry. But, to me, he's not a great worker. They've obviously got him in for his body. He's a great character, and that's why I like him. And to me, at the minute, Dream, though, he is quality performer. Serious quality performer. His tights actually said, Vince, call me up. I would not be surprised if he was called up. Because there isn't a lot more for him to do in NXT, especially with who the champion is. Spoiler. But, yeah, this was a very good matchup, 3.25 stars, as I said. The next matchup was the North American Championship matchup, Adam Cole against Ricochet. This was the match that I actually most looked forward to, because it was fresh. And as much as Gargano Ciampa matches were always going to be amazing, this match was fresh, and I hadn't actually seen this before, and I don't know if this actually happened before. This was, honestly, hard to describe, but it was great. Like, most of this matchup relied on chain wrestling and a couple of key moments that changed the match in either man's favour. So, in the beginning, Ricochet was just being Ricochet. He was just flipping out of everything Adam Cole could do. He was just the man. But then Adam Cole took him to school and he wrestled him. And this was where Adam Cole was in his element. It was a fantastic spot where Ricochet tried to escape and he went for like a springboard moonsault. But Adam Cole caught him with a super kick as he did it, like as he was flipping over. It was insane. I think I've seen this before. I think it was Adam Cole and Aleister Black who did this before, but this one looked even more perfect. It was beautiful. Ricochet would fight back, and they had this fantastic segment where they would exchange strikes, and Ricochet would throw a pump kick, Adam Cole would throw a strike or a big head kick, and then Adam Cole would do his own pump kick, and they would just trade back and forth, and it was fantastic. Both men went for a double down, but Cole fell on top of Ricochet. 1-2 kick out by Ricochet. That was a great spot. Towards the end, though, and Adam Cole obviously got a kneecap brainbuster. He went for the last shot, which is the Shining Wizard to the back of the head. Ricochet ducked it, reverse Frankensteiner, spiking the head of Adam Cole. He went for the 630, but Adam Cole moved to the side of the ring, and he thought he'd basically had it scouted. Ricochet said, no, get back in the ring. So he jumped over the ropes, Hurricane Rana to the floor, threw him in the ring, 630 splash, 1, 2, 3, Ricochet wins the North American title. This match was excellent. This was a great matchup. This wasn't like amazing or blow away, and it's not like one of the best matches I've ever seen, but it was great. And it was two men trying to prove which one was the better wrestler. And in the end, Ricochet won, and it was a cool moment to see Ricochet holding the North American title. I love Ricochet. Where does Adam Cole go from here? Obviously, the Undisputed Era has still the tag titles, so they can really do a lot. You could send him up on his own, to be honest, at SummerSlam or the night after SummerSlam. That's when people usually go up, the night after SummerSlam. So you could send him up. You could send someone else up. We'll get to it in a second. But yeah, this was a great match. I'm going to give it 4.25 stars. I think the opener was better, but this was still a great matchup. The women's match, fourth match on the show, Kairi Sane, Shayna Baszler. This was probably the best women's match I've seen in ages. This match ruled. This match told a story. It was all about Baszler being a dick. And Baszler is the best, I would say Baszler is the best female wrestler at the minute in NXT. She's the complete package. Whereas Kairi's character is not as interesting. I don't think Nikki Cross's is either, because that's just a bit wacky and sometimes they exaggerate it a little bit. Shayna is the most complete character and complete performer, I think, in NXT. In for the women, sorry. And I think she's awesome. And she grabbed the leg of Kairi. And the whole match was obviously about Shayna making her submit, and that was the gimmick. Obviously, they were tied 1 apiece in the series. Kairi beat her in the May Young Classic, so Shayna wanted a revenge. And obviously, at a certain point, Shayna went to work for the leg, which really was cool, because at the beginning, obviously, Kairi has now incorporated submissions into her arsenal to try and mess with the mind of Shayna Baszler, and I really liked that part of the story, and the commentators did bring that up. At the beginning of the matchup, Kairi went for a knee bar, and Shayna turned it into her own knee bar, and they both just stopped. And I liked that, because it was like Kairi saying, shit, this woman is better than me at this, I need to not go for this hold. But at a point, Kairi was face down on the mat, and Shayna obviously stomped on the ankle of Kairi, and that would play a factor in the rest of the matchup. Kairi's selling of the ankle was excellent. Obviously, she did like forearms off the apron, and I'll get to the big spot in a minute. But as she went for, like, for example, you know when she does the march into the corner before she does the sliding D, she did it slowly, and she didn't do it all the way, and I really, really liked that. It's just a subtle thing that made this match feel a little bit more special and a little bit more altogether. Put together like a painting. Remember, wrestling is a canvas. You put your story together. You don't just put a mishmash of ideas. You put it together completely, and I really like this. This felt like a complete painting. So Kairi hit the sliding D. Shayna came back with this. Obviously, she just killed the leg, and it was just great. Every time she hit a leg kick, Kairi would just die. She hit a huge. She hit literally. It was a huge. Okay, sorry, I'm having a moment. It was a huge step-up knee to the face of Kairi. Kairi kicked out. Shayna threw into the ropes again. Kairi hit the interceptor. She then went up top, hit the insane elbow to the back, but sold the leg. Said, no, I'm not done. She went up, hit the insane elbow to the front. 1, 2, Shayna kicks out. First person to kick out of the insane elbow. Didn't see that coming. That was a really good near fall. One of the best near falls of the show. So Kairi's like, oh my god, what do I do? So she goes to lock in the anchor, which is like the clover leaf. Shayna gets towards the ropes, so Kairi actually just holds it in the ropes. I thought that was a really, really cool spot too. They get back in the ring. I think like Kairi went back up top. I think she went for the insane elbow, but Shayna caught her in a rear naked choke. Kairi got to the ropes, escaped it just. Shayna locks in the rear naked choke again, but Kairi rolls over, kind of like the Austin Michaels $1 Million Dream Survivor Series 1996 finish, where he used the ropes. Here, Kairi just rolled over. 1, 2, 3. Kairi Sane is the new NXT Women's Champion, and the reason I love this finish the most is because Shayna Baszler's own hold cost her. And the best, like, Shayna Baszler's own hold has been unbeatable. It beat Toni Storm, it beat Nikki Cross, it beat Ember Moon. It is unbeatable at the minute. And I like the fact that somebody utilised the hold to beat her. And they didn't. I also like the fact that this match didn't end via a big move. So it didn't end with this elbow and it didn't end with a choke. I really like that. This match was great. This told a great story and it had a really great ending, a really great finish. So I'm going to give this match 4.25 stars. Another 4.25 star match on the show. Just proving how good NXT is sometimes. But yeah, Kairi Sane, new NXT Women's Champion. I had a funny feeling that if she won, that would not be good for Johnny Gargano. And as the main event rolled around, the last man standing match, which was obviously originally a triple threat match between Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa. As the main event rolled around, I was not feeling happy for Johnny Gargano. I saw him losing, and Johnny Gargano is my favourite guy in the WWE. He's not my favourite wrestler in the world. He's number 2 behind Kazuchika Okada, who I can play as in a Fire Pro Wrestling World when that comes out in September for us, because we're in the UK, and that sucks. But shit, yeah. So the main event, last man standing, Gargano, Ciampa. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know if this was my favourite one. It's just I just can't even describe how good these guys are. Like I've reviewed 2 of these matches like through these guys, and the first one of the best matches I've ever seen. Definitely, like up there. Honestly, if I had to rank my top 10 matches I think I've ever seen, not even favourite, just best. The matches I think are the best. That match would be in there. The second one I thought was amazing too, just not as good. I still gave it 5 stars. This one, I give it 5 stars. It's a 5-star match. These guys have got a 5-star feud. These guys are the only competition that WWE truly have to Okada and Omega's 4 matches. Although the last Okada Omega match is, it's probably the best match ever. Like, it's pretty great. But no, these guys they've had 3 stipulations that are similar, and they've just told them all differently. And this one started out, with Gargano being Gargano, and it's angry, and it was kind of like it was at Chicago, and you were thinking, shit, he's going to cost himself again. But it wasn't until like 5 minutes in where I think they woke the crowd up and said, guys, we're having a Gargano Ciampa match, when Ciampa just raid crashed him off an announce table through another announce table. And then the crowd were like, shit, here we go, it's Gargano Ciampa. And then the crowd were into this every step of the way. Ciampa threw him in the ring, gave him consecutive knee strikes in the corner, put a chair next to his face, went for another one, and then Gargano threw the chair into Ciampa's leg. There was so many good moments like that, where Gargano got a little bit of comeuppance, and then he picked up Ciampa, and he threw him into their chair, gave him a lawn dart into a chair, and that was great. And then they went to the outside again, and killed each other again. I think my favourite spot may have been... Okay, it's actually hard to explain. So, Gargano is on the outside. Okay, first of all, I should explain a couple of other things that happened first. They killed each other with chairs, they killed each other with weapons, it was carnage, it was great. Ciampa gave Gargano 3 consecutive Project Ciampas, and Gargano got up. Ciampa threw Gargano out of the ring, gave him the implant buster on, or what they called it, the fairy tale dream or whatever, on the steps. Gargano got up, he kept getting up, and kept getting up. On the outside, Gargano was killing Ciampa on the outside. Like, he'd killed, I think he got a crutch, and he was killing him with the crutch, the symbolic crutch of the feud, which is great, because, both men have used a crutch in the feud. And then outside, he was going to give him a super kick, but he missed Ciampa and it hit one of the ringside personnel. He was like stunned by this. He was like, crap. Ciampa sent him headfirst, literally, into one of the TVs. It wasn't like you usually see people go headfirst into the TVs. This was like literally headfirst into the TVs. Ciampa was next to the barricade. Sorry, Gargano was next to the barricade. Ciampa gave him the running knee strike with a chair through the barricade, and then just threw things on top of him. So he threw the guy on top of him that he'd super kicked, that Gargano had super kicked. He threw all the barricade on top of Gargano. He threw the ring bell. He threw part of the announce table. He threw the chairs at the announce table, and Gargano still got up. This was insane. But Gargano got back in the ring. They cut away the mat, and they teased the DDT. Ciampa teased the DDT onto the exposed wood. But he missed. Because Gargano leaped in, apron DDT to Ciampa. That was some of the best comeuppance I think I've ever seen in a wrestling match. That was beautiful. And then the 2 men teetered on the apron. Both men were trying to give it the other one an air raid crash through 2 tables. Now, these tables weren't stacked as you'd usually see them stacked like that. They were stacked one, and then the second one was just on top of it. So it's actually just a harder surface that you're going through. Sorry, a pop-up's just come up. So what happened was, they teased air raid crashes, and then Gargano got to the other side, struck Ciampa, spat in his hand, and then super kicked him. Ciampa fell through these 2 tables, but got up at the count of 9 because of a crutch. And Ciampa and Gargano were just staring at each other at this point. That ad is really annoying me. But they're staring at each other, and Ciampa was using the crutch to get away up the ramp. And Gargano just follows him. and he follows him up the ramp, and he sends him into the set. I'm getting Chicago 2 flashbacks. Sorry, Chicago flashbacks. He sends him into the set. He gives him, he handcuffs him to a part of the stage, and he gives him 3 super kicks. He gives him a big super kick, and Ciampa's like, no, please, leave it. Gargano then pulls down his knee pad, goes to give him the same knee that Ciampa gave him. And he runs at Ciampa, and he hits him with the knee, but as he hits him, he flies into his knee hits one of the technical boxes, and he flies onto like one of the technical boxes, landing back first. So his knee and back are injured. The referee's counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Neither man is getting to the feet. 6, 7. Neither man's moving. 8. Gargano's starting to move, but he's holding his knee. He can't get up. 9. Ciampa rolls off the stage, so he's in a standing position. 10. It took a second to sink in, but Tommaso Ciampa retained the NXT title because Johnny Gargano couldn't get to his feet. Johnny Gargano, again, cost himself the NXT title. And Ciampa gets his title and he smiles, and the referees and obviously all the EMTs come out for Gargano, and the announcers say Gargano may have dislocated his leg. And that was the most beautiful way to put it. Because at the end of the day, the only way that someone with the heart of Johnny Gargano would not stand up is if he literally couldn't. And that was perfect wrestling storytelling. The evil villain wins because the good guy can't. The good guy can't do anything else. And that is, in fact, maybe more beautiful than if Gargano had won. Trust me, I was kind of sad that Gargano didn't win. But Ciampa's only just won the belt. So really, we shouldn't be losing it. If he did, then it'd be fine because it serves a bigger purpose. Gargano winning the belt and ending this feud would have been a bigger purpose than Ciampa retaining. But I'm fine with Ciampa retaining. Because if I can have Ciampa in the main event of every NXT show, and I can get a great match like this, I would like it. Please. But yeah, Gargano's getting helped out by EMTs. Ciampa comes back out and holds up the belt and smiles at him, and Gargano gets really pissed off and he wants to go and get him, but the EMTs hold him back. Ciampa goes backstage. NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4 ends. What a match! Just outstanding. 5 stars. Just have your 5 stars. 15 stars these guys have got in 3 matches. They are beautiful. Ciampa's got more because he got 4 stars. I feel like I'd give the 4 1/4 to the black match because that was an awesome match. Yeah, and obviously, yeah, but Gargano's then got 5 for the Almas match. So yeah, these men are amazing. I think Johnny Gargano is the best wrestler in WWE at the minute, honestly. Got Ciampa's up there. And yeah, NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4 was an amazing show. What was that? 5 stars, 2 4 1/4, 1 4 1/2, and a 3 1/4. That's a great show. In the end, NXT Takeover Brooklyn gets a 9.5 out of 10. This was a great show. It was an amazing show. There was amazing wrestling. There was amazing storytelling. There was some good title changes. And there was some good payoff to storylines. And in the end, the big bastard won. And that's actually maybe more compelling than if Gargano had won. So, I'm a bit hurt, but hey, I want to see where we go with this. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Raw Rosslot. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Tell me your thoughts. What did you think to NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4? What did you think to Johnny Gargano dislocating his knee and not being able to capture the NXT title? What did you think to Tommaso Ciampa's smile? The vignette for that matchup, where all it does is Johnny's talking about how much he wants the belt, and then you just see Ciampa and he holds up the belt and smiles, is maybe one of the best things I've ever seen in wrestling. Like, that was beautiful. Genuinely. It's the best thing I've seen in wrestling this year, because it was so subtle. It wasn't even subtle. No, it wasn't subtle, but it was beautiful. Honestly, beautiful show, great wrestling, 2 new champions, awesome opener. EC3 was good in his match. Velveteen Dream gets a big win. Ricochet gets his first WWE title, and Kairi Sane upsets Shayna Baszler. So guys, thanks for watching. This has been Raw Rosslot. Like, comment, subscribe for more. I'll see you guys tomorrow for SummerSlam.